Hey, it's Bob Nagin, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, I'm going to talk about what a long, strange year it's been. So I'm coming to you today from Indian Rocks Beach, Florida. Last week we had a meeting of the Platinum Mastermind Group, and it was time to get away because we could get away. But as we were flying down here, I realized that the last time I had been on a plane was going to LA for the Winter Platinum Mastermind Group meeting last year. And I haven't not been on a plane in a year. Well, I can't even remember when. I have 1.6 million miles just on Delta. That's what being a professional speaker does. But it really made me reflect on this past year and the changes that we've all experienced, both with technology, but really what I want to talk about today is personally and this idea of resilience. I don't need to tell you about all the technological changes. You know, social selling was really not in anybody's toolkit a year ago. Most independent retailers, if they had an e-commerce component to their website, didn't use it very effectively or didn't put much emphasis on it. Zoom. Who knew what Zoom was a year ago? I mean, some people did, of course. But so there's been these enormous technological changes. But I think what's even more important is that there have been enormous personal changes. The German poet Rilke said that in the darkest winter, he realized that within him lay an invincible summer. And I think that that's what, when the more I reflected on this year for Susan and I, but especially for all of you who have retail stores, who depend on foot traffic, who depend on people coming into your stores. This has been a hard year. It has been the deepest winter. Nobody has been through anything like this before. It has been the deepest winter. But that's when I read this. I love this idea of an invincible summer. You see, the things that you've learned, or not even the things that you've learned. Yes, it's the things that you've learned, but also the changes that have gone on inside of you that you may not even recognize right now, make you so well prepared for the future. You know, you can now proudly claim the mantle of battle-tested retail veteran. Nothing you will experience in your business life will probably ever come close to this. And while, yes, it has been incredibly difficult, yes, it's been stressful beyond belief, what you've gone through and the fact that you've gone through it and you've made it through, this pandemic isn't done yet, but the end, I think we can all agree, the end is in sight. What you've gone through and what you have been through has made you more resilient than you probably ever thought you could be. You've done things you probably thought you never could do, but you did it and you made it, and you're ready for whatever the future can bring. And that's my real reflection for you. Because, I know that a lot of you are still struggling. I know that burnout is real. I know that you may be tired to your bones. But the deepest winter we are into the spring following the deepest winter, and we are moving into this lovely idea of an invincible summer. So while it's not over, and while you still may not feel like you're a veteran. You may not feel that hope and optimism that comes from spring and summer. I just want to give you a giant shout out and tell you that you are in the spring, that you will be ready for the invincible summer. And I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of everybody in our community for what you have done, for how hard you have worked, for how you have managed not only your business, but your lives. A lot of you are educating your children, are taking care of family members who may be compromised. So I'm just so proud of you and so pleased that you're still here. The final thing that I want to share with you is something from Ray Dalio. And Ray Dalio is a superstar hedge fund manager, and he wrote a book called Principles. And one of his principles is pain plus reflection equals progress. And so while you have gone through the pain, you have experienced the pain, I would encourage you to stop and spend some time in reflection. Think about what you've done. Think about what you've learned. Lean into the pain and the anxiety and the stress that you've experienced. And ask yourself and understand what it has meant to you. Because, pain does not equal progress, but pain plus reflection equals progress. In that act of stopping and saying, yes, I did it. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, I am ready for the future. What do I need to do? That reflection will make this experience, it won't make it worthwhile. Nobody wants to go back and do it again. But we all do need to reflect on the fact that we did it, we made it, and we're coming into our invincible summer. So I hope that you found that helpful or interesting. I would love to know your comments, of course. I'll give you a little view here. We came from Michigan, so it was, it's cold in Michigan. So there's the 360. That's where we're staying, right back there. Beautiful day here in Florida. Anyway, okay, I'm Bob, and we'll see you next week.